Streaming right now, the Winter Olympics have just begun, but some Team USA athletes are already making headlines off the ice.
Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S.
Why they're speaking out about U.S. immigration enforcement and the controversy that led to a name change for their hospitality space. The Super Bowl halftime show set to be a huge party with global superstar Bad Bunny, but not everyone is happy about the choice. Why this chart-topping artist is sparking controversy and what the NFL is saying about it. Breaking news, rapper Lil Jon and his family heartbroken tonight. The latest on the tragic death of his son, who was found after being reported missing. The search continues. It is now 6 days since the mother of Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie went missing. The latest on a ransom note and the reward being offered. More bang for your buck. If you're planning a vacation, we'll show you where to find the best deals on cruise ships. Not lasting long enough? It seems no matter how advanced our smartphones get, the battery life just does not seem to improve. The trick's to keep that annoying red bar off your screen. And let the good times roll. We are in prime carnival season. Everything you need to know before you head out to the parade route. But before you head out, get a peek at your weekend forecast with Jeff Morrow.
You're watching.
Well, streaming now at 5:30, the weekend is here, and so is the nice weather. Lots of events out there for your plans. Jeff Morrow is here to tell us how long the temperatures will be nice like this. Jeff.
Well, we've got a parade rolling through downtown Baton Rouge in a little over an hour. Crew of Artemis rolling at 7 o'clock. You can see temperature's going to be pretty comfortably cool is what we'll call it. Maybe a sweatshirt or a light jacket. Otherwise, enjoyable weather is ahead for this evening. Temperatures dropping down from the 60s into the 50s. As we take a look at futurecast, not going to see much in the way of changes. You'll see that we're going to keep things clear until we get a front kind of drifting from the north to the south. That front's going to be over top of us as we head towards 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. May have a few high clouds tied to that, but otherwise dry frontal passage. What we're going to be dealing with is a little bit of a changeover in temperature and a change in wind direction, but overall we're not going to be dealing with a big cool down. You'll see that with morning lows, we bottom out at 43 for Saturday morning, then we're down to 39 by Sunday morning. But heading into next week, steady warming trend is expected to take place, and we're talking about morning lows in the mid-50s by the time we head towards Tuesday and Wednesday. So what will this front do for our Saturday afternoon parades and Saturday evening parades? We'll have that forecast for you coming up in just a few minutes. Dion.
Thanks. Streaming at 5:30, some big economic news tonight. Stocks hitting a historic milestone as the Dow reached 50,000 points for the very first time. The blue chip index crossed the historic milestone after surging more than 1,100 points. Wall Street rebounded after a three-day rout in technology and software stocks. The Dow and S&P 500 were each set their best days since May. The Nasdaq was set for its best day since November. How invested you are in the stock market is probably impacting your view of the economy. A University of Michigan consumer survey shows general sentiment is up this month. The survey's director says the positivity was fueled by people with the biggest stock portfolios. It makes sense because the year kicked off with big gains in equities. The market has shown remarkable resilience in the face of several economic pressures and uncertainty. Americans without a wealthy stock portfolio are more likely to feel less optimistic about the economy. Well, the Winter Olympics, they are here. They just got started after an extravagant opening ceremony. But tonight, some Team USA athletes at the Games in Milan are speaking out about ice. They say they hope to showcase positive values at the Games at a time when protests over U.S. immigration enforcement have erupted at home and abroad.
I think that as a country, we need to focus on respecting everybody's rights and making sure that we're treating our citizens as well as anybody with love and respect.
Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S.
Tension surrounding immigration customs enforcement led 3 U.S. Olympic organizations to rename their shared hospitality space from ice house to winter house after protests in both Italy and the U.S. over ICE's role and actions. This year's Olympic medals are worth more than ever. It's all thanks to soaring prices of precious metals. According to FactSet tracking, the values of gold and silver have recently skyrocketed as much as 200%. That means the gold medals are now worth approximately $2,300, more than double the value of those from the Summer Games in Paris 2 years ago. And silver medals are up threefold, worth around $1,400. This weekend, all eyes are on Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. As the Super Bowl is set to kick off on Sunday, Puerto Rican megastar Bad Bunny got the nod for the halftime show back in September, a selection that was met with both excitement and outrage. Michael Yoshida reports.
I just want people to have fun. There's gonna be a huge party.
A performance the whole world will be watching. Puerto Rican superstar Bad Bunny is one of the most popular recording artists across the globe, with an astounding 19.8 billion streams on Spotify last year alone. Still, not everyone is a fan of his selection as Super Bowl halftime performer.
I never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy.
Bad Bunny has been a lightning rod for conservative criticism after speaking out against the Trump administration's immigration enforcement policies, with the Spanish language singer even going as far as excluding the continental U.S. from his last tour over fears that ICE could possibly raid the concert venues. Despite the outrage from some on the right, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is standing by the decision.
This platform is used to unite people and to be able to bring people together with their creativity, with their talents, and to be able to use this moment to do that. And I think artists in the past have done that. I think Bad Bunny understands that, and I think he'll have a great performance.
Analysts say the decision to hand the mic over to Bad Bunny is an easy one.
Commercially, he makes a lot of sense. He is a good business decision. We know that Bad Bunny brings in viewers and listeners, and there's a whole lot of people that are going to be watching.
And according to Bad Bunny, audiences only need to worry about one thing.
It's going to be fun, and it's going to be easy, and people only have to worry about dance.
I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
And all that dancing will have some people tired on Monday because a record number of U.S. employees plan to miss work the Monday after the Super Bowl. That's according to a survey from workforce platform UKG. It estimates 26.2 million people will be absent. That beats last year's record by about 4 million. Most survey respondents say they're using PTO or swapping shifts. About 5 million say they'll just call in sick or just won't show up. In other news tonight, actor Timothy Busfield has been indicted on child sex charges. The 68-year-old is facing 4 counts of criminal sexual contact of a child. He's accused of engaging in unlawful sexual contact with 11-year-old twin boys. Busfield was taken into custody back on January 13th, 4 days after a warrant was issued for his arrest. The Field of Dreams actor was released a week later. He denies any wrongdoing. Breaking tonight, rapper Lil Jon confirmed that his son died. The rapper saying he and his family are heartbroken. Police found the body of 27-year-old Nathan Smith at a park outside Atlanta with the help of a dive team. Smith, who goes by DJ Young Slade, had been reported missing on Tuesday after he ran out of his house and left his phone. At that time, police said he may have been disoriented. Police say there was no indication of foul play. As the search grows more desperate for the mother of Today co-host Savannah Guthrie, the Guthrie family released a second video message on Thursday pleading for a way to communicate with those who may have taken her. Andres Gutierrez is closely following the case and has the latest from Tucson.
A day after confirming that blood found outside Nancy Guthrie's Tucson home belonged to her, the Pima County Sheriff tells CBS News that investigators are awaiting more test results.
Hopefully the DNA or fingerprints might show us something.
It's been 6 days since the mother of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie disappeared. In a video released Thursday, Nancy's son said the family is waiting to hear from her potential kidnappers.
We need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom.
Investigators are still trying to determine if a ransom note sent to a few media outlets is legitimate. The FBI says it included a demand for Bitcoin and contained 2 different deadlines, one of which has passed and the next is set for Monday. Investigators have also laid out a detailed timeline of the events that led up to Nancy Guthrie's apparent abduction Sunday morning. At 1:47 a.m., the doorbell camera disconnects. At 2:12, the software detects movement, possibly a person, but it was not recorded. And then at 2:28, Nancy's pacemaker app disconnects from her phone. The sheriff tells CBS News investigators are reviewing hundreds of vehicles and their movements in and out of the area during that time in question.
We know that at some point in time, maybe we'll get a camera that's, here's her home, and the camera 5 doors down says, here's a car. What if we want to find out, well, where'd that car go?
The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to Nancy Guthrie's safe return or the arrest of anyone involved in her disappearance. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Tucson, Arizona.
Backlash is growing tonight after President Donald Trump posted a social media video featuring the Obamas. Several Republican lawmakers called the video racist and urged Trump to take it down, which was done around midday. The White House says a staffer posted the content by mistake. It was up for about 12 hours before being removed. The White House press secretary claims outrage over the video is fake. There's a major development tonight in the 2012 Benghazi terror attack investigation. More than a decade after that deadly assault on the U.S. Embassy, federal officials have arrested a key suspect. Washington correspondent Stephen Goen reports.
Today, I'm proud to announce that the FBI has arrested one of the key participants behind the Benghazi attack.
In Washington, federal officials announcing the capture of a suspect in the 2012 terror attack on a U.S. diplomatic compound in Benghazi, Libya. The suspect, identified as Zubar al-Bakush, Attorney General Pam Bondi saying he arrived on U.S. soil early Friday.
Al-Bakush will now face American justice on American soil. We will prosecute this alleged terrorist to the fullest extent of the law.
He's accused in the killings of Ambassador Chris Stevens, State Department employee Sean Smith, and CIA contractors Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Today, U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C., Janine Pirro, addressing the victims' families.
These were people who never expected that justice would be coming. They never knew about the determination in this room and behind me and the incredible work of the FBI.
Prosecutors have now unsealed an 8-count indictment charging al-Bakush with murder, terrorism, and arson, among other offenses. FBI Director Kash Patel releasing few details about the capture, but he made it clear the investigation into Benghazi is ongoing.
We're not done. And so what we want to do is maintain not just the integrity of this investigation, but the possibility and the promise of bringing more individuals to justice for this heinous act of terror.
And another suspect connected to this Benghazi attack was previously captured in 2014. He was later convicted on terrorism-related charges. In Washington, I'm Stephen Goen.
Video of a Border Patrol agent shooting a U.S. citizen in Chicago last year might soon be public. Miramar Martinez is alive and wants people to see for themselves what happened. A federal judge is largely granting her request to modify a protective order. The decision could also allow for the release of text messages in which the agent allegedly bragged about his aim. An attorney for Martinez claims the agent sideswiped her and then shot her 5 times. This comes as Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem ordered all ICE agents to start wearing body cams.
The judge has essentially, ruled fully in Mrs. Martinez's favor. Everything can be released. We are going to release the body cam video, which again, I don't want to get your hopes up, but it's not going to be dispositive either way because the Agent Exum was not wearing his body camera. So I know we're talking about there's funding for this. He had a body camera. He did not have it on. So as we debate whether these cameras need to be funded, we should also debate instructing agents to turn on their body cameras.
The government had tried to claim Martinez was the one who rammed the agent's vehicle. A judge threw out the charges against her after prosecutors filed a motion to dismiss them. All right, dreaming of a cruise? Well, you're not alone, but before you spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars, which cruise lines really deliver? Where a new Consumer Reports survey reveals the hottest destinations and the cruise lines that stand out the most. Cruising is booming. Nearly 22 million U.S. travelers are expected to book an ocean cruise this year. That's a record-breaking 52% jump in just 6 years. But booking one? That's where the waters get choppy. There are dozens of cruise lines, hundreds of destinations, and prices that can run from several $100s to well over $10,000 per person for destinations like Alaska. How do you know which cruise line to book?
CR surveyed nearly 19,000 members about their experiences on a cruise ship. Everything from value for price paid, kind of service they received, and even the food quality.
After wading through the data, only 3 lines scored high enough to get CR's recommendation. At the very top, National Geographic Lindblad Expeditions. These are small, expedition-style ships heading to places like Antarctica and the Galapagos. Instead, you get naturalists, marine biologists, and expert photographers to deepen your experience.
Although people paid the most money for National Geographic, they were also the most satisfied.
Also in CR's top 3, Windstar Cruises and Viking. Windstar's small ships and motor sail-powered yachts go for a private yacht feel, relaxed, no formal nights, and plenty of crew. Viking is adult only, with ocean-going ships up to about 1,000 passengers, TED Talk-style lectures, and a lot included in the price, from excursions to beer and wine with meals. So, if you're dreaming of glaciers, quiet decks, and not being nickeled and dimed every 5 minutes, CR's top-rated lines might be worth the splurge.